Hey guys, I'll tell you what, math is a scary prospect when you're trying to figure out, okay, how am I going to pay $5 and some odd cents a gallon for oil? So, um, I don't have to worry about it until next month, but still, I can't believe it's still at $5 a gallon. Yee, it did go down just a little bit, but not much. I'm hoping it continues to go down. Um, I read something that said China has a lot of demand and it's pushing the prices down. Well, I hope that's true. Because yowzer! The lowest I saw was 5 even. Everywhere else is 5.4, 5.5, and it's like, you realize that's $540 for 100 gallons, which is insane. Well, enough about my oil rant. At least I'm not using it for hot water, though. So I'm using a lot less of it. Um, so that's good. But my electric bill was a little bit higher this month than I would have liked it to be. But that's my own fault. Too much hot water. So I can tame that beast. That's not an issue. So today is my first ever historical society meeting, and tomorrow's my first ever town meeting. Um, so I'm excited. I have a lot going on. I was looking at my um, board there, and I was supposed to take a break. Well, I don't know when I'm supposed to take a break. Um, and of course, tomorrow I'm going out with my friends starting at 10 a.m. So whenever I get back, I will do a haul video and we'll talk. It shouldn't be too late, actually. It'll be, I'm gonna say around 2 because she's got to pick her husband up for 4, and I know she's got a couple of things to do in the afternoon. I also want to send my thoughts and prayers to the Bruno family um, as they struggle with Randy's condition. Um, he had a severe medical emergency. We're not sure exactly what, it was a heart attack or stroke or what it was, but it's not looking like he'll pull through, and that's very sad. Um, so yeah, I just wanted to express that. Um, love you, Randy. He's a good person. Um, anyway, I do have an update as far as the psoriasis goes. He put me on betamethasone. I'll show you that. Um, so yeah, it's a greasy ointment. Um, that one can be used twice a day, no more than 50 grams a week. Well, yeah, that's okay because the whole tube is 50 grams. Why would you use a whole tube in a week unless you have it all over your body? Um, Now, if I'm looking at my chest here, yeah, I am not seeing a difference yet, but it's been one night, you know. But I will say it sticks to the spot. I found a Walmart receipt. So let's put it into Fetch together and see what we get. I've been doing this with receipts sometimes if I find them. I don't know what's on this receipt, but we're going to find out. And I only got 25, but at 25 points I wouldn't have had. So I dropped a glove. And yes, my coat is on the chair because I'm leaving from my meeting, so. But hey, I got a receipt. Was on there else? Why not? What was on this receipt anyway, guys? One item site merch, $20. I don't know. It was a $120 taxable item. So it turned into, well, it was 1998. It turned into 21 and change or something. So yeah, I'm excited. And of course, we'll do the Walmart receipt tomorrow as well, because that's where we're going. But we're actually going over to Oxford. I haven't been there in forever, so I'm looking forward to that. I think I'm going to take some cash with me, just to have, you know. I only use my ones as cash if I'm going out. And I can easily do that. Because I have a lot of ones saved, and some of them may go in my bank account next month depending on the price of oil. Which wouldn't be an issue if I didn't have a light bill and an internet bill coming out of there. Oh, and a phone bill, which is only, it's $15, so it's 16 and change, so I just subtract it as 17. I always subtract up to the next dollar. So if it's 68, I subtract 70, which is what my light bill was this month. Yow! I was not expecting that. I was expecting a $45 bill, which is what it's been. Somebody told me the distribution charge was going up. Yikes! They weren't kidding. Like, I need my light bill to go up when my my hair is a disaster from being outside. Like, I needed my light bill to go up when oil is so expensive, which is probably why my light bill went up. Anyway, or at least part of it. Part of it is my use of hot water. I know that. So I have to do much better with that. I had a horrible night's sleep, which is going to be fine, as it turns out, because I'll sleep better tonight. I got to set my alarm. You know what? 9:30 a.m. Ooh, not 8:30. 9:30 a.m. Alarm set. To be up and ready to go with her. I cannot believe I actually have a full slate. Literally. That I'm working with. I'm just so happy. I don't think my mother could have imagined, and I have been feeling very down lately. The last couple of weeks or so, because, or I'd say the last week and a half, because it's getting closer to when my mother went in the hospital. And she came home for one day, and then she died. And it was like, and I was honest with Diane. I owe her that. I said, my aunt blames us, but specifically blames you for Mom's death for bringing her home, as if that less than 24 hours at home made a difference. When they weren't doing anything at the hospital. And she kept insisting, yes, they were watching her. No, they weren't. They pumped her oxygen up to 4 liters, which you can't just turn her oxygen up willy-nilly. They did blood tests once in a while. They knew what she needed, and they didn't have the space to put her in a room where they could give her BiPAP. Which, if they had done it at that hospital, she wouldn't have gone to the degree that she did. If they'd done the BiPAP there, her brain wouldn't have been so injured. I know that, looking back, her brain was never going to recover from the hypoxia, which is lack of oxygen. She had what's called a hypoxic brain injury, a brain injury from lack of oxygen. And she wasn't going to recover from that. So even if her body recovered, even if her kidneys somehow recovered, which they weren't going to, she wasn't even in any shape to go on a transplant list. Not that they would let me give her one anyway, and I don't match her, so wouldn't have mattered anyway. We don't even have the same blood type. My dad, on the other hand, if his kidneys had continued to fail and they could have fixed his heart, I do match him. Blood type wise. But again, the women in our family were told very clear instructions not to donate a kidney. And my mother couldn't have anyway, as it turned out. She only had one that worked. So. But I know that her brain wasn't going to recover. I understand that. But her brain was already injured when she left that first hospital. Had they put her on BiPAP and got not only the oxygen in, but were able to pull the CO2 out, pull that carbon dioxide out. If they'd have bothered to read her charts, they would have known that she was what's called a retainer, which is a common condition among people who have COPD. They tend to retain carbon dioxide. Because they can't get it out on the exhale. Even as an asthmatic, my exhale is slow. Because my doctor listened and he's diagnosed with asthma. Yeah, from the time I was born. Why? Because your exhale is awfully slow. And that's part of the deal with asthma. And COPD, and those types of lung diseases, emphysema, which is COPE, the problem is you keep the carbon dioxide in and you can't get it out. My asthma is the reason I cough all the time. I have what's called coughing asthma. With asthma, you get thicker secretions in your airways, in your smaller airways, and you get swelling in those airways, which is why you use an inhaler with a steroid in it to keep that open. And the rescue inhaler is a little bit different in that it does it faster. It's not a steroid. Instead, it's a form of the hormone adrenaline. A steroid is a hormone, but that's a little bit different. In order to quickly open things. Won't necessarily stay open. That's why you need treatment. And it irritates me because I know a lot of people who have asthma who simply have a rescue inhaler. It's like, that's only half of what you need. You need a treatment inhaler. You need the long-term inhaler. It drives me nuts because if Addie had a treatment inhaler, she would do so much better. Give her Flovent. Give her Symbicort. Something for long-term treatment. Something that's in the long term going to keep those airways open and help you get rid of that mucus. Because if the airway is clamped shut and there's mucus in it, you can't cough that up. But Addie's not the only one I know who doesn't have a treatment inhaler, who just has a rescue. I've heard it over and over again, and it just drives me nuts. My mother used to say she's right. So yeah, that is what I believe. Especially if you have asthma as severe as Addie's. So yeah, and the little one's got RSV. That's no fun. Respiratory syncytial virus. I may have mispronounced that middle word, but it's a respiratory virus common in littles. I think most common under the age of 5. I could be wrong. And I think it happens in elderly people too, but I think it's most common in those under the age of 5. Correct me if I'm wrong. Actually, let me look it up. Okay. Respiratory syncytial virus. Okay. Nearly all children get the virus by the age of 4. Oh, okay. Guys, I have to take this. Well, that was the call for my meds, actually, for my breathing meds. Well, my nebulizer medication. Anyway. Yeah. Most kids by the age of 4 get it. And you can get it a second time, but usually the symptoms are milder. So yeah, I was right. Up to age 4. Um, um, so yeah, that was kind of ironic considering what we were talking about. Um, but it's all set. I don't understand where my welcome pack from the Historical Society is, but she said the next time she saw me, which would be today, she would give me one if I hadn't gotten it yet. And it's not there. The only thing there was my light bill. I would have preferred the welcome pack. um, it's like, did you mail it from Alaska? I don't understand how you can mail something in the same day. Not in the same day, I'm sorry. In the same town and it not get here in a week. It doesn't make any sense. I've been watching this morning a channel on YouTube that I like called Fascinating Horror. It sounds awful, doesn't it? But actually, what it's about is disasters. I like that kind of thing. Seconds from Disaster, one of my favorite shows. Love that show. Um, that had everything: plane crashes, collapses, and what they do is they go through the last couple of minutes leading up to the disaster, then they rewind and go back and actually show you with experts how, the steps that it took for that disaster to have happened. And there's usually more than one thing that goes wrong. Um, and Fascinating Horror tells you about the disaster, why it happened, you know. Oh, excuse me. And so does the channel Disasterthon. um, so I like that stuff. I like the airplane uh, disaster show too. Um, I can't remember the name of it now. I'm going to look on my Roku and see if I can find the movie Till, Till, which is about Emmett Till. Um, yeah, I'm looking forward. And I am going to watch my Holiday Wars while I'm waiting to go. So I keep looking at my watch. Because I'm going to leave. Actually, I don't even have time to watch one because I'm going to leave at 1:30. Because I'm going to drop my light bill off at the post office. And head down there. Oh, my legs hurt. I'm having a spasm in the opposite leg of my bad hip, which has hurt all night and all morning. But now I'm having a CP spasm in the opposite leg. It's like, really? That's probably why I'm having a spasm in the opposite leg. Truthfully. But yeah, I'll sleep good tonight, that's for sure. I'm going to make a cup of tea to take with me. Cinnamon tea. That tea is so stinking good. It's a Bigelow tea. But yeah, I look forward to updating you on everything. So I will make that a separate video. This video I will try to get up before I go. Now, tomorrow, about the kid missing video. It will probably be later than normal because I'm going to be out. So, I'll probably get that on as soon as I get home. Get that uploading. Because it only takes like 10 minutes to upload those because they're generally relatively short. Unlike these videos. But I am going to end the vlog here. Thank you for joining me for this random vlog. Just talking. And by the way, that meal was delicious. In fact, I have leftovers in there of the pork and of the veggies. The rice was a little dry. That sometimes happens with that ready rice. But yeah, it was good Spanish rice though. Had just a tiny bit of a kick to it. I have had Spanish rice that is like rice and tomato, which is fine. I love to make white rice, tomato soup. Oh my gosh. It's how my mother got me to eat rice when I was a kid. I love it. Don't get me wrong, but that's not Spanish rice. Spanish rice has a small kick. Now, I'm not a heat person, as I said yesterday, but Spanish rice is supposed to have a small kick. And that definitely did. It was definitely delicious if it hadn't been dry. So anyway, thank you for joining me. Have a wonderful rest of your day. God bless you. Please hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. It's a red button down just below me, down below my chin, right in that area. Or if you're on my main page, it'll be up over here. Oy, oy, oy. And remember, you can customize the notifications. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye-bye.